I tell you, I don't really like to get involved in political stuff like this, but I just got to tell you, man, that's just wrong. There's a manatee down there at the Mote Aquarium down there in Saratoga. And, well, I tell you what, Roll Tide, according to news reports, the manatees were a brother and a brother, and they're both from Alabama, apparently. Because even though they're both male manatees, now, according to this news report, which is pretty dang graphic, you put the kids away, there's Hugh and then there's Buffett. Now, these manatees were engaging in intense activities down there at the Mote Aquarium in front of all the shutters. See, I think they had to shut down the whole aquarium because all the manatees do all day is intense stuff down there. Way too graphic for the children and whatnot. Well, I've been out here in this Suncoast Bank trying to get this credit card. It's been a nightmare too, but at least I don't even know where to start with this story. Well, these two manatees, there's a little manatee, Hugh, and there's a big manatee, big brother Buffett down there. Now, they're related. And, well, these manatees, well, there's not much to do at the Mote Aquarium anyway, so they just kind of did their thing down there, and it turns out that the big manatee, Buffett, down there, tore the cavity of the little manatee down there, and it suffocated down there making love to them. It's just wrong that a manatee would even do something like that. But anyways, that's just pretty much what happened down there. I'm just frustrated because I was going to run down there to the Mote Aquarium, look at them manatees down there. But if that's what they're doing all day, I don't know if I want to go to that. I don't even know if I want to go to the Mote Aquarium anymore if that's what those critters are doing down there. But tell you what, I was supposed to go to Tampa today, but there's a traffic jam on 75, so I don't even know if I want to go down there. Where do you even get started? Well, anyways, as it turns out, these two manatees, one of them was born in Shelton County, Alabama, and the other one was born in Millbrook, Alabama. And apparently they were engaging in some pretty strong physical activity down there at that Mote Aquarium in front of all the kids down there watching. It's just wrong, pretty much, but they were doing it. And at the end of the day, one reason I never went to the Mote Aquarium is because I heard about it. Little nephew, niece down there went down there, dang school project or something, one of those field trips. They were telling me about the manatees. And I was like, that's what they do all day. And apparently the manatees, well, that is what they do all day. They just go at each other all day. And don't matter if it's a keep it in, at least they kept it in the family. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But big loss for Sarasota, win, you know, like Sarasota 0, Manatee 1, I guess, or Alabama 1. I don't even know who won there. But there's a huge traffic jam just trying to get in Tampa down there. If you've ever tried going into Tampa, you know what I'm talking about. But I don't even know what we're going to do here because there's a dang... Now you got a manatee down there at the zoo down there. It's broken up, torn up. I don't even know what to tell you. I'm pretty upset. I'm pretty upset that, you know, they brought these manatees from Alabama. They ought to have known better if they're from Alabama. That's the first question I would have had is, well, at least couldn't have put a female in there? They just got two male manatees locked up all day. Some point, something's going to happen, just like in prison. But I'm really upset. You know, I bet the people in Alabama aren't surprised, but the school children for that field trip down there sure were shocked. I tell you what, and manatee about an elephant-sized thing, they went down there and did that to each other. That's just wrong. I don't even understand why they do something like that to each other. Now that their manatees are dying left and right, pretty much. If they're not screwing it up, they're doing it up down there. Red tide, pollution, and apparently whatever the crap that was down there at the Mote Aquarium. It's just wrong. It really is. I don't even understand why you do something like that to a manatee. But that's what they're doing. That's what's going on down there at that Mote Aquarium. They got to get their crap together down there. Apparently the scientists just sit there and watch the whole thing go down. Like, they ain't got no filter in that. They ain't got no cap down there. They could have done something to stop them. You know, I'm going to tell you, that manatee. And this happens more often than you'd think, these manatees. I was down there the other day at that kids park down there, manatee watching station down there, and Did 3 or 4 of them manatees down there just dumping around. You're just like, what type of foolery is going on right here with these 800-pound mammoths down there just doing it? But at least they ain't related down there. I tell you what, folks in Alabama ain't happy either. They're like, man, we do this all the time. Ain't nobody get hurt down here. But it's just wrong. It's wrong on so many levels. You know, you just pass a cow pasture, the last thing you see is a cow doing that type of thing. Never heard about that. And anything that happened, it don't happen nowhere else. You don't hear about this happening in Cincinnati Zoo. Ain't got no Chinese panda down there doing stuff like that. You leave it to a dang 800-pound Florida manatee to do something like that in front of all the kids down there. And the scientists, they ain't doing much to stop them. They're just sitting there probably recording the whole thing, uploading to Instagram like, look at Hugh down there with Buffett, man. That's just wrong, man. I'm trying to tell you. You know, Alabama, just wrong. And this is Alabama, do stuff like that all the time. They're that used to stuff like that. You know, just get down there with the cousin or brother, apparently, too. That a little bit too much in there. That's not even in Chilton County type of thing right there. I tell you what, they went down there to Holtville or something with that one. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you, that's some slap out stuff right there. I don't even see that brother down there like that, man. I'm trying to tell you. Down there in Alabama, you see a cousin or second cousin or something. Them manatees are brother to brother, man. And that thing about Alabama, I'm trying to tell you, man, they really do go like that in Alabama. I'm trying to tell you, like, oh no, man, we're conservative, we don't do that. No, them folks in Alabama, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, them folks in Alabama is something else. You don't believe it till you see it or something down there in them woods. I'm trying to tell you. They go to hunting gear. We talk about, won't do that when I go to Bass Pro Shop. I don't think them folks down there in that Bama don't do stuff like that, because it's real sad that they do it too with their brothers and everything. But it's real. And they're trying to play it off. I remember down there living in Alabama, we lay across the street down there was telling about the neighbor next door, talk about giving that crack pipe, man. And they do it, man. I'm trying to tell you. And not with his brother, though, but they do it. They old Pride Month down there in Millbrook, Alabama, too, man. They just can't talk about it. The thing about, like, people in Alabama, people in California, everybody about the same. Ain't nobody really different. Everybody about the same. Alabama, California, everybody really the same. Ain't nobody do more than the next person or do less. Just some people can't talk about what they do in Alabama. But that's real. I'm trying to tell you. You seen the manatees down there? Roll Tide all day, man. And I don't think them some Auburn fans. I don't even think them Auburn fans will do something like that. But it's real. I'm trying to tell you. The people in Alabama ain't no different than nobody else. And folks in Alabama went down there Sunday with the hat on. Don't mean nothing. Don't mean one finna thing down there. Because them folks down there in Alabama ain't no different. They think they're different. They think they're better. Come down to it, man. I'm trying to tell you. Everybody do the same thing in every different kind of place. Ain't nobody different, man. Ain't no damn race. Ain't no, everybody the same. And ain't folks in Alabama, they're just not allowed to talk about what they do. Unless it's with their cousin, then it's a whole dang party out there. But, you know, if it's like, you know, like Hugh and Buffet down there at that Manatee Aquarium, if it's a situation like that, them folks in Alabama would do it too, I'm trying to tell you. You seen all them squatted trucks, that ain't straight. I ain't never seen nobody drive a squatted truck that looks straight to me. That just ain't right. That's not how you supposed to drive a truck anyways. In the day, everybody just do a different thing down there, different grind. But that manatee, I'm trying to tell you, man. And manatees are just messed up creatures to begin with. First of all, they're overweight. They're not healthy. They hang out in really bad places. None of them ain't had no job. They you don't see no manatee out there talking about going out there in the trees and stuff. They're out there begging and stuff. You've been by the boat, manatee just looking at you like, come on, man, give me some lettuce, dog. Like, you're just sitting there like, man, get a job like all the other manatees. I never liked manatees, I'll tell you. And that's why I tell you, don't touch those manatees. I mean, why you don't touch them? You touch a manatee the wrong way, he's gonna like you. He's gonna like you in the wrong way. Like I tell you, my friend down there, my uncle down there got that dog. Every time I pet that dog, you wouldn't even believe what type of thing. That dog, I don't visit them anymore. Every time you visit that dog, you start like petting it and stuff, and it's like, what's a nice dog? Next thing you know, that German Shepherd trying to jump on your leg or something. It's just like, lock that thing up. You know, I like dogs, but not like that. You know, like, you ever meet somebody whose dog's just always trying to dump somebody's leg or something like that? You're just like, get that thing away from me. But I'm trying to tell you, them scientists down there, there's something wrong with them scientists down there at that mote aquarium. I need some real